Took about 3.5 minutes for TCU to get on the board. Drive, that's a floater.
And the defense and the defensive intensity has always been there.
Ouellette stopped and sealed off, stolen by Jefferson. Joshua takes it all the way to the rim and lays it in. Joshua Jefferson train wasn't moving all that fast, but don't get in the way, Randolph.
You don't want to get in the way. You see that coming, you make a business decision there and get out of the way for it.
They did score the first basket of that game. Trey White's in the game, and he drains a three. You know, this is a guy last year.
Yes, they had the balance, and again, defensively they've always been solid, and you can see that now. But they've struggled on this end of the floor on the offensive end, and when you struggle like that, you can't set your defense. Really good defense by TCU, staying in front of the basketball.
Jefferson able to get a little half step on the freshman Robinson and kiss that in. He has 6.
Again, as we talked about, a big factor in this game is controlling the paint. TCU chose to pressure the bigs on the perimeter. West Virginia and Arizona and some of the teams since then have been staying in the paint, clogging the lane up, choosing not to guard Iowa State bigs on the perimeter. TCU chose to go out and extend their defense and allowing Jackson and Jefferson to drive the paint if they want.
Jones and one.
And that's what you benefit from if you do that. If you're going to guard those other bigs on the perimeter, you're opening up the perimeter, not just for the front line, you're opening up for the guards. Physicality that both front lines play with.
Gilbert threaded his way through traffic and allowed for Heisey, who gets his first points off the bench today.
Try to get a couple of easy baskets. If you don't get lobs, you get steals and post-ups, and that time they were rewarded with an easy lob.
Jefferson for Chatfield.
Just unable to guard the basketball right now for TCU.
Tipped around and good. That was Vashon Ouellette. Kept alive by Diallo. White, floater from the free throw line. His third bucket of the game for Trezarian White. Gilbert, as Chatfield rolls towards the rim. Keyshawn bounces it back for Curtis Jones. Jones shoots over White. Tough shot! And nothing but net for Curtis Jones. Back-to-back threes for number 5. Turnovers now.
Curtis Jones is starting to heat up here. Again, comfortable putting on the floor. And that's Lipsy being injured and slow, and Momcilovic being out.
Posey got his own miss, put back and score. That ends the 6-0 run for Iowa State. They were spurred by the...
Give themselves some second chance points.
You see 5 offensive rebounds for TCU, but another 3 for guess who? Place went nuts, so he brought some energy too, certainly to this crowd. Jones, floater, rebound. Jefferson with the left-hand scores.
I want no part of that.
Reynolds bumped into Jefferson, who lowered his left hand and knocked the ball free, and at the other end, more points off turnover, this time coming from Keyshawn Gilbert. Lipsy will start making his move with 7 on the shot clock. Gilbert turns the corner, gets it to Jefferson. Josh shoots and scores.
And they're off their games a little bit. The freshmen, the young guys need to slow down a little bit.
Gilbert hesitates and kisses it in. Now the kick to the open 3 did not draw iron for punch. Gilbert, floater, down low. Jackson can't be stopped down there. He has a dozen. 5 and 6 in conference play.
You can see him now trying to encourage his group. Last couple possessions on both ends of the floor has been discouraging, and tries to go back and go zone, and it's one pass dribble penetration floater.
And the points in the paint total for Iowa State just keeps growing. Reynolds, 17-footer, got it.
He snatched back there.
5 points for Noah now. His 5 points in his 18 minutes. Lipsy, blind pass into the corner. They want this to go.
Mackey, yeah, you got to go to Mackey and Purdue. That's always. And then Allen Fieldhouse and Cameron would be my other.
Heisey, steal and stuff.
The dangerous thing about this Iowa State team is they're like a pack of piranhas. Once it starts, Mark, it's everyone that gets involved. They're feeding off of it. It's fun to watch.
Not often do you see a crowd react that vociferously for a three-point attempt to put your team up by 28 points.
Sounds like it's a close shot. It's a game-defining moment.
No.
When he was out, it just put a tremendous amount of pressure on the guards who begin to force things a little bit.
Nice find by Alec for Uday.
I think that's the only thing you could complain about there is, as soon as I say that, Jones has a turnover. I jinxed him.
Posey scores in transition.
TCU doing a great job of just changing defense. Pressuring you back to man, then time baseline out of bounds, they're going zone. They're doing just a really good job of changing their defense.
Well, Reynolds able to get to the rim and lay it in.
This is where Iowa State has to show a level of maturity. And taking care of the basketball, and you get up big, you get sloppy.
Robinson with the stuff. Haven't had any made field goals for Iowa State in 6 minutes. And Momcilovic changes that right as it hits the midway point of the second half.
His layups get standing ovations.
Yes. Robinson, pull up, got it. I'm sure they're not happy with the number that they have today.
They've had quite a few turnovers that allowed them to set their defense. That's been the big thing. It's been dead ball turnovers. It's the live ball pick sixes that get you in trouble.
Jefferson gets his head down, spins, shoots, goes to the left hand, and one. Gilbert, one dribble, gives it up. Jefferson kicks to the corner. Momcilovic for Leipzig. Taman had trouble containing the dribble, but now an open three. Jones, deep three.
For everyone in the spacing just changes everything. And here's again, coming off the ball screen.
Another three for Curtis Jones, his fifth of the day.
It's awesome, baby.
Oh, you had to do it.
I couldn't resist it.
Under 4 minutes to go, and Robinson, the freshman, 6 points.
Continue to play and take a step.
Gilbert kicks to Momcilovic. And hanging on to it in Recitus, and Iowa State will win it 82-52. 30-point win for the Cyclones in Hilton Coliseum.